Fred, you've been out at camp every day, including earlier today. I know you wrote an article about Dylan Sampson and his ability to kind of be the guy and carry the load in his first year. Take us through that and kind of your thoughts as you've watched him perform a little bit with the pads on.
Well, I think, a lot of eyes are on him because maybe not no fault of his own, but just the whole thing that happened with Judkins and Jerome Ford missing the first 4 days. It was pretty much him and Pierre Strong. Now Ford is back, but when you take a guy in the fourth round, you think that he can contribute, especially the way running backs today. Not many get drafted in the first round. Most are taken, you know, lower in the draft. The Browns, went out and got Quinshon Judkins with a 36 pick in the draft, which tells you they expected him to be the starting running back and to carry the load. And then you moved on from Nick Chubb. So with Dylan Sampson, I think that he's thrown into the spotlight because everybody knows what Jerome Ford has, and the Browns are really looking to, get a big lift in their running game, and they were expecting that from Judkins. We don't know. Assume that he's going to be out for some time. The owner yesterday, Jimmy Haslam, said he was cautiously optimistic, or said that he thought that he would, play for the Browns. But we don't know because the legal system doesn't always move that quickly. They don't move it at the pace of the NFL or the schedule. So, with that being said, I think the Browns want to focus on the running game. They know what they have with Jerome Ford, but you're hoping Dylan Sampson can provide that spark or be, maybe that impetus. Very young. He's only 20 years old. He won't turn 21 till September once the season started. So I asked him if we talked to him about having pressure, feeling pressure. He said no, he just takes things day by day. That we have that in the story. But he's very accomplished if you look at him. The SEC, the last I knew, was known as a pretty good football conference. He was the offensive player of the year in the SEC last year. He rushed for over 1,400 yards. He had 22 touchdowns. And you talk about being the workhorse. He had 258 carries, which led the SEC. All three of those stats I just gave you were the best or the most in the SEC. So he has shown he can do it. He's a little undersized, 5'8", 200 pounds, what they have him listed at. But the way the Browns rotate backs, I mean, I argued a lot when they had Nick Chubb. They didn't feel like they used him a lot, 15 carries maybe a game. So I think you can get Sampson some good use out there and in the passing game as well. But yeah, we'll have to see. Kind of anxious to see him when they get going in the first couple preseason games because I think a lot of focus will be on him.